everyone. Woo! What's up? Welcome to the Fear the Walking Dead after show here at the Stream.tv. I am your host, Jocelyn Polite, and I am joined by red carpet host and correspondent.
That would be me. Hi, I'm Kiyra Lynn, everyone. Yes.
And you know him from the Walking Dead after show here at the Stream.tv.
Hey guys, I'm back. Timothy Michael. So good to be back with you guys.
I know, we are so glad you're here. We kind of opened up the couch and now we're all, we're all enjoying it. Okay, so I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Who the hell was Strand talking to?
I think it's Abigail.
You think it's Abigail?
I think it's
a drug lord.
You think it's a drug lord?
Ooh, because you think he's shady.
I think he's shady. Is it bad? Does that make me a little racist? Because I think like the only black characters are trying to No, because he's like going to Mexico, like he's got this
Something's
boat,
up.
which I don't think is his. So when you keep saying Abigail, I'm like, I don't even think that's his boat.
Maybe that's just code word.
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's what Daniel says.
I think he's going to get some drugs
Something's up
from
with him.
Mexico.
He's a little
that's
too
why he
chill.
wants to go to San Diego so bad.
Something's up with him. But we're going to talk about him and more. But first, tweet us using the hashtag FTWDAS. You can send us your questions, your comments, your thought about tonight's show. Also, jump on the YouTube's chat for the stream and let us know what you're thinking. We'd love to hear from you, and make sure that you comment on the show. We're going to get started. So, yeah, let's just start off with, like, who is in Mexico? Is Abigail in Mexico, and was that Abigail?
Oh, I don't know.
I still think it's a drug dealer.
He thinks it's a drug deal.
Okay,
I think it's Strand's true love.
Oh, you're so romantic. I can't with you. This is Fear the Walking Dead, girl. No. Okay, because first he was like being all shady when Madison was going up into like the cabin area, and then he was like talking Spanish, and then she like got on the deck and he was like, oh, I was just talking to some ghosts, blah 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 blah. I was like, so you know you're talking to somebody, but then I was like, well, there's no cell phone service. I'm like, maybe he has like another walkie-talkie, because Alicia had the other like.
Right, she had the radio.
Right. So I was like, well, where would he get like a cell phone from? But I was like, I guess he's got something. But I still think he's talking like a drug lord, and he is like, because talk about pushing something. Yeah. I really think it's something
up
about
with
drugs.
him. And I think I even saw in some tweets that he was already kind of running from something. So who was he running from, and what kind of trouble was he in? I mean, he was kind of captured in his suit, and he already seemed to have things already in place to run. So
you know what though, I think I might actually just take on your whole drug lord thing, because remember that he took Nick. And Nick is a heroin addict, so, you know, that does kind of make sense.
And he knows about Nick.
Yes.
Okay,
well, I do want to touch up on something really quick. I got a little bit annoyed this episode with Strand being like, this is my boat, it's my goddamn boat, and blah, blah, blah. But if we all think about it, like, from season 1, he wouldn't even be on the boat if it wasn't for Nick and his family, because he'd still be up in a cage, probably turned by this point.
Right.
Yes.
So I just want to throw that out there, because it was getting a little.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But Daniel does not. Daniel doesn't trust him. Daniel was going through his stuff, basically, trying to figure out what's going on. He found, what did he find? He found, a lot of people were going through people's stuff this episode, but he found a gun, like a military-style gun, and he found, it was like a Uzi, it was like a major gun, and he found maps.
But I just have to go back, you guys. Yes, he found all that stuff, but literally, this is a multi-million-dollar boat, and he was able to open that safe with a knife?
Yeah,
Come on, people.
Where's like the full-on safe on this boat?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
It's a $10 million boat. You're right. Good call out.
Good
call out.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then I think Strand is that person, like you said, it's his boat. He doesn't want to, and you're right, he's there because they got him there, but at the same time, he doesn't want to let anybody on this boat. He's not giving anyone a chance, which in this world is smart, but also, is that the thing to do in this world? I mean, we're seeing a lot of characters not taking people on and wanting to take people on. So that's the big battle that's going on this season.
Well, here's
what do you
the
guys
thing,
think?
and I kind of have to tie in, my heart, which is The Walking Dead, and the hesitation and reservation that they have by allowing other people into their group of people, because you don't know what these people are like. You don't know them. So I kind of get why Strand is like that. What my thing is that it's so early. At least in The Walking Dead, it was like months had passed, and then people started turning savage. With Fear the Walking Dead, I feel like they are savage like immediately. Like there's this boat going after their boat, like.
But then you get the Maddie whole thing when she's just wanting to save everybody. You know, she wanted to save that boat with those 12 people. She wants to save these kids. You know.
Well, they haven't lost their humanity yet, and that's the thing. They haven't lost their humanity yet, and I mean, you know, we got a long way to go, so we're going to see where people end up, because I have a feeling that people are going to start switching sides and things are going to change. But one of the things I want to talk about is what's up with the daddy issues, because between Ophelia and Chris, there's a lot of daddy issues going on, and Ophelia is having it out with her father, and Chris is still pissed off with Travis. So, yeah, this is like the floating issue boat.
I get the Ophelia part, because at this point, you know, Daniel and his wife, they even said it, through her entire life, they've been just sheltering her, you know, and he's basically telling her, this is not the world that I had raised you for, you know. And then with the whole thing that happened last season, him cutting up her boyfriend, I mean, there's obvious, like, of course she doesn't trust her dad.
Well, I mean, the same thing goes with Chris and Travis. I mean, they have daddy issues spanning far beyond this world that they are currently in now. I mean, he left Liza, his mother, to go with Madison, and I mean, those must have caused so many issues from him from the beginning. So I mean, I'm just kind of glad. And Adam Carlson, one of our YouTube viewers, kind of pointed it out. He likes the fact that there's no like cookie cutter like relationships in Fear the Walking Dead, which I agree with him. I really love that, because it kind of gets us tied to those characters, because nobody wants to see like a perfect family.
No,
and I kind of do wish Liza had stuck around, because I really wanted to see her dynamic grow with Madison.
And you know what? I agree with you, because I liked Liza, and I thought that she was headed somewhere. You know, I thought she was going to be one that she got it really early, and I was really sad to see her go, because I felt like she was going to be a great addition.
But unfortunately, somebody had to go, and it was her.
Yep.
So,
okay, well, they arrived on this island that, you know, what was it called? Katrina?
Katrina,
That's a weird name for the island.
Katrina
I know, that was kind of that little, like, a little New Orleans reference.
Is it really a Katrina Island, or what is this?
I was like, is this like a disaster island? Is that what they're like?
But then we saw it, and we saw that it was Catalina.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, do we think that this island was safe?
I didn't know at first, and
Okay.
I mean, when you saw the little kids and like them playing out on the beach, and then you see the dead coming up. I mean, at this point, how many weeks are we into?
About like two or three, and there were dead people on this island.
And I'm thinking, do these kids not know what the hell is going on out on mainland?
Right.
To have like, and then you saw the facts. I mean, I don't think at this point. I don't know if everybody realizes how unsafe it is out there.
Well, see, but here's the thing, and just piggybacking on that, I don't think that anywhere is safe. Like, we can't just sit here and say, oh, well, do we think that this island is safe? I don't think at this point, if you watch The Walking Dead, like, nowhere is really safe. I mean, not only is it not safe from walkers or like, savage people, but now it's not also safe from the military. I mean, they napalmed all of Los Angeles, then we find out more of what they've done, and I don't know if we want to segue into that.
Well, you know what I thought was really creepy was were the walkers coming up out of the water. Because, you know, again, you know, we all thought the water was safe. We've seen several times, even on The Walking Dead, where it's like, I'm going to move, or my back's to the water, you know what I mean, where I'm on water and everything is really cool. And it's like, no, that's not. They were coming out of the water. So we meet these strange folks. We meet George and Melissa. And I didn't trust them from the very beginning, because I was like, George seemed a little weird. Melissa was a little mousy. And I didn't trust Seth at all.
See, I didn't like Seth. George was a little weird, but he was a ranger, so I mean, I kind of give him a little credit for that. Melissa, I agree with you. She's a little mousy, so I was like, okay, I guess we'll see with her.
But when I saw Seth finally, when he was introduced, and he was totally giving Madison that look, like, I'm all, what is your problem?
Right.
Something is up. And of course, we ended up finding out what it was, that his mom is sick, and they've got issues.
They do. They have issues. And let's talk, because you had a very interesting reaction to Travis. Travis is not adjusting very well, and I'm just, you know, still talking about on this island, because he had a lot of conversations with George about like what's going on and everything.
Well, that was after he saw like Seth teaching Chris how to like take care of the fence issue.
And he's looking through the fence, and he's seeing the other side, and you know, all that kind of stuff. But he's not adjusting well, and I know, Kiyra, you were like, okay.
Okay, Travis, in my opinion, Travis is a puss. I mean, that's literally, I just kept yelling that at the screen, and I did take that whole, like, which character are you on the AMC channel, and I got Travis, and I was really disappointed because he is such a puss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not getting it.
He's not getting it. He's not adjusting well. And I don't think, I mean, but honestly, guys, would you really get it though? Like, I mean, you can't really even put yourself in that kind of situation, but like your whole world is falling apart. Wouldn't you think that some part of you would want to hold on to some kind of shred of humanity and not be like, well, screw everything, like just kill people and do what you need to do? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we all on this couch would want to sit here and be like, no, I'd be so great in the zombie apocalypse. I'd be dope. But I really feel like most of us would probably be like shitting our pants.
Yes. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. I would. And I mean, I don't think I would possibly be that person. I mean, I don't trust a lot of people as it is right now.
You don't trust us
either. I mean, the people outside of like who I know, I would honestly be like, because when I pulled up to the island, I was looking like, why are you pulling up to this island, number one? And number two, like, you're just going up to this house. You don't know who's in that house. Where are there dead people? I mean, I was like, really, like, what are you guys doing? And they're just docking, taking a rest. And I never understood that.
Me personally, yes, I think that I would operate from a place of fear.
Right.
And that would just be exactly...
Fear and hoarding, because I would go get all their corn and peppers and load it on the boat and go.
But let's be clear, they weren't on this island to rest. They went into this cove to kind of lose the boat that was...
being trapped.
Right.
Their big-ass boat,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, which was weird. I hope they bring that back up, because they didn't kind of touch up on
Well,
that.
Nick found drugs, which are we surprised? Because Nick seems to always find the drugs. But Nick found the drugs. He found pills, right? And these pills seemed like they were meant for some type of like Jonestown family suicide pact.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were hidden in the globe. Who in the world would find the pills in the globe?
You
said that. You're like, why would they be in the globe? It's weird. Like, not the cookie jar.
The drug addict would find them.
The drug addict would find
right.
them in the globe. And those were like big ass horse pills, man.
Yeah, and I think this just goes back to, you know, George Gary's character in general. Like, we met him and he kind of, he gave up all of this information that we were kind of like, well, where are they going? San Diego. Okay, well, in that yacht log, they said that San Diego was burned down, but Strand didn't want to believe them. So then we run into George, and George is saying how, you know, they napalmed all of San Diego, Vancouver, all the way up the coast. They shut down the border. Like, so we're getting a little bit more information from him. So I was like, okay, great, somebody with information. I feel like somebody with information is your ally.
Right.
No matter how crazy they are.
Yeah, you're right.
But then he turned out to be a little too crazy.
He turned out to be a little too crazy. And then at the end, let's talk about like what was it with Madison and Melissa. First of all, Madison made herself very comfortable in Melissa's house. She was making sandwiches on her counter and just like completely just up in her house. I just felt like I would have been like, excuse. Okay, but that's all. I just really would have. These people just got really comfortable in their house. It made me uncomfortable.
Asking for some more
Madison,
wine?
Yeah, and they were drinking up their liquor and stuff. But anyway, Madison off the bat knew that something was wrong. Yes. Madison knew that something was off about this situation, and she picked up what was going on with Melissa, because Melissa, as we learned, was the one that flashed that light. You know what I mean? So Melissa, I think, wanted off this island. She wanted her children in a safer place, and if there was a possibility that this boat could carry them, you know, she says that it's not for her. I don't believe that.
But initially, like when it was like, Madison, let's take these children, you know, going to Travis and basically saying, well, you know, she wants us to take her kids. I was like, you don't just take people's kids, okay? You just, that was just typical Madison, right?
And I'm kind of glad that you brought up the dynamic between Madison and Melissa, because could you imagine being a mother and like having these strangers that you've known for what, 12 hours and being like, I need you to take my kid.
Take my children.
Like, this is like hardcore, like wartime situations. Like people have just come into your house, like killed your whole family. Like, you were just like, go, just take my kids. Like, this is like real stuff.
Melissa gets it. Travis obviously still doesn't.
Right.
But
well, Melissa got it. She got it good because her daughter, her daughter just took her out. So her daughter took some horse pills and then just like bit her mom and like ate her, basically.
I
wasn't prepared for that.
So Nick was right. Obviously, the dad was planning to like do this whole suicide pact with his family, and then the girl got into the pills and took one, and then the little kid Harry comes downstairs and like something's wrong with Willa. They run upstairs and she's dead.
She's just on the ground, and then she comes. And you brought up a really good point, Timothy. Also, with these zombies are turning fast.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember on The Walking Dead when, what was her name? Amy?
Yeah,
Andrea's sister. When she got bit, it took her so long to turn. I felt like Andrea was with her for a really long time before she turned.
Yeah.
Their eyes are turning blue quick on this show.
So like, how long do you think it was from the point that everybody ran and left Melissa to get mauled by the daughter to the point where they get onto onto the yacht. I mean, what, a good 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So she turned in 15 minutes. It's
Well, Melissa
too quick.
and the daughter, like, what? How? I mean, because I would assume that Harry, the little boy, was with his sister when she took the pill, so it probably took effect pretty quickly because she's so small. And then they went downstairs and they came out. I don't know.
Maybe that's a factor, her size or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
The last point that I really wanted to bring up, just in relation to this, was Chris's reaction to Seth shooting his mom. That had to be really hard because, you know, I mean, obviously he wasn't there when his mom was shot, but that whole dock pier little, you know, that scene was really tough. And, you know, Seth going back and getting his brother, I totally understand that. I mean, even though he's going back to like the Death Island.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I get it, you know, not letting him go.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And Alicia basically telling Chris, don't watch. Like, don't watch.
Yeah.
Hard impact right there.
So we did something fun tonight, just, you know, as hosts, as a crew. We watched the Flight 462.
Yes, we did.
Which was a lot of fun. And we got to see what was going on because, to our understanding, the actress on there, who is the Asian girl on the plane, is going to, she was the only survivor on the plane.
And she's going to be in the next episode.
Yeah, and she's going to be on the next episode. You know a little bit more about it, so you go ahead and, you know, talk about it.
I mean, they were doing the Flight 462 segments during the commercial breaks of last season, and then they kind of wrapped them up while they were in their off-peak. But it's just fascinating that they would have only the one survivor, and it's her. And this just brings me back to the whole, like, the people who have the information are kind of like your friends, because on this plane, she was really the only one with the information.
She was in the know because she kept looking at him. Yes.
I'm kind of curious to see and have them run into her to see what else she knows.
Well, not only was she was in the know, she definitely had her eye on him, but she knew how to kill him as well. Right. And also was telling, you know, to make sure that they tied up the flight attendant that got bit. And I do have to point out, you know, token Asian, everyone. We finally get our token Asian. Thank you very much.
Well, that was fun to watch because I was always wondering how the plane tied in, and I think we're going to learn how the plane actually ties into Fear the Walking Dead. And since they're on the ocean, clearly we probably know that the plane took a dive. And, you know, people were eating on the plane. So that's a pretty scary concept. But anyway, we are going to actually get to your questions and your comments. And so we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in just a few.
Be back soon.
Yeah.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
Oh my God.
We had a crazy vampire threesome.
And you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here? No. Look at me. I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is like something.
so we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good.
You can't count anything out. Look at you. It's been another awesome night at the Stream.tv, guys.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for the Fear the Walking Dead after show. Remember, you can tweet us using the hashtag FTWDAS. We're going to go to some questions and comments. And Kira, what do we have?
Well, we have our friend Forever Johnny Boy. If our world fell into chaos, Would you embrace the madness and fight to survive, or would the pressure be too much? Timothy.
Yeah, see, I kind of think we touched up on this a little bit when we were talking earlier about just us wanting to be like, oh yeah, no, we would totally be like down for shooting everybody or killing who we had to, but I feel like most of us would be shitting our pants, and I think that would totally probably be me. I have family on the East Coast, and I would just be thinking about what's happening with them. I think your main focus would probably be your loved ones and your friends, like, and then obviously survival. But just getting them all together in one spot and then figuring it out from there.
Joss?
Well, I'm a punk and a bitch baby. Major punk and bitch baby. So I don't think that I would survive in this world at all. Like, I mean, I'm scared. I'm scared of spiders.
At least
I don't
you're real
want to go.
about it,
No, I'm
though.
real. I don't want to go in the next room when I hear something. It's just, I would be dead like episode 1.
I personally think that I'd like to think that I would fight tooth and nail, but, you know, sometimes I don't like to break nails. Because I'm a little bit girly in that sense. Our other question is from Alice Bitch 2. Thank you very much. She says, what do you guys think is the best relationship on the show? I kind of like the Daniel and Ophelia relationship. I kind of like the fiery El Salvadorian thing that they've got going on with their family.
I would say this isn't really a relationship yet, but I like what's going on between Madison and Strand. There's a lot of tension and a lot of heat, not sexy heat, but there's a lot of tension and heat going on between them. And I think they also agree on a couple of things that they're not willing to admit right now. So I can't wait to see how they grow.
You know, I'm going to go a little out of the box and say Alicia and herself. She's been doing a lot. I know, she's been doing a lot, and it just kind of hit me. She's been doing a lot of introverted stuff lately, ever since she's lost her boyfriend last season. And we saw a little in this episode that she drew the tattoo that he drew on her arm on that wall on Katrina Island. And then she's talking to this guy, Jack, who she has no idea who that is. Like, I feel like she's just, like, she has this, like, need to just touch or reach out to somebody, and there's nobody around for her.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be a little bit detrimental in the future, but I'm excited to see where that relationship goes.
I also think that Travis is going to be pretty kick-ass too.
I don't think so. You're on with that one.
Okay,
I
well,
don't.
since that wasn't a popular opinion, we're going to head on over to shout-outs and find out who we're shouting out. So, Tim, what's up?
Yeah, so we've got from Twitter, @Zell_police. Thanks for tuning in for our show. @Xandros with an X, 5. And then from YouTube, we've got some awesome people who were interacting with you guys last week. John Milius, Brian M, and Simon Cerna, who are followers from Walking Dead, came over to this show.
Sweet.
So thanks for following us, you guys.
And you had a question for us, I think.
I did. Alex Moo on YouTube asked, and I think you touched up on this while we were watching the show. If you could only bring 3 items for the apocalypse, what would they be?
Sunscreen. Because the sun is an Asian girl's kryptonite. Thank you very much. Sunscreen. Oh gosh. Toilet paper and tampons? I don't know. Like, seriously.
Hey, that's honest. I mean, we haven't seen anybody like, you know, going through
because
that on
everybody
the
would be
show.
like, my phone,
Yeah.
like, your phone will be dead in like 24
Exactly.
Who am I gonna call, right?
Oh my gosh. So let me see. Myself, I would bring a machete, my hair
Do you
scarf.
just have a machete in your house?
No, but I do
you're
want
fine.
a machete, my hair scarf, and a can opener.
You thought about this too much. No, if I was sitting in my house and the apocalypse had just gone down, I think what I would probably bring is my dog, probably a photo of my family, and is it bad to say a suitcase of clothes? Because I don't want to change clothes.
No, not at all.
With the sunscreen.
I wasn't even thinking about food. Is that bad?
You guys, tell us what you would bring to the
You guys, we
zombie
would be
apocalypse.
dead.
I know I would be dead, but you know what? I would be eating because while everybody else is bouncing cans off the floor, I would be opening my can of beans. How about that? But anyway, we want to thank you guys for joining us for the Fear the Walking Dead after show here at the Stream.tv. We want to say that we'll be back here every Sunday following The Talking Dead. So we give you guys a little chance to watch that and then tune in to us. So we'll be back next Sunday, and until then, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you right back here at the stream.
See you guys next
Bye.
week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.